What's going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm joined by my clients for Podchats. So if you're new to the podcast episode, I want to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of my coaching containers. I've got one program that's called the Change Lives Academy. This program is designed to get you from 0 to 5K a month. I've got the middle program, which is the students I'm talking to today. This program is designed to get you from 5K to 20K a month. Then I've got my third tier program, which is the $1 Million Mastermind. Once you're making $10,000 to $15,000 a month consistently, and you want to scale your business to $30,000, $50,000, or $100,000 a month, that's what we do inside of the $1 Million Mastermind. Today's coaching container is a coaching call with my 10K Mastermind clients where they get to come up and ask me any question that they would like. Without further ado, let's get right into the podcast. Let's not waste any time. The first guest on today's podcast is Miss Ronnie Travis. What's up, Ronnie? Tell me some wins.
Hey, okay, so I have like 6 calls scheduled for this week. One I already had yesterday or Monday, and we've got a follow-up coming up later this week. So yeah, so feeling good about that. Yeah, it's just working. My clients have like the best energy right now. Everybody just fucking is like, the group energy is just amazing. And I'm just like, I was watching your CLA live, and it's one of those things that I was like, fuck, like I literally get to like do work I love. And I get to not leave my house if I don't want to. And like, shit's fucking working. Like, it's so good. It's so fun to see my clients just like getting good results, and just that energy is really high. So,
Love that for you.
and like, I've been rewatching Content Mastery and Sales Mastery because I have so many calls this week. And like, I really come at it. Like, I finally have like made the shift in my head where it's like showing up on the sales calls is like, how can I serve this person? Like, how can I help them? And like, it's just made such a difference on these calls because I'm like, they need me more than I need them. You know? And I just feel like it's all coming together in my head. So yeah, no, it's so fucking good. So that being said, my first kind of question is, so it's okay. So it's funny. So my client community is like amazing, engaged, like everybody's fucking high-fiving each other. It's great. My question is like, my social media is not so much like that. So before you had like a big following of people who just fucking love you, how do you like build that community? And like, what are some strategies I can use to like get people to like interact and engage while I'm growing, but like still smaller?
So I think that especially when I first started, Ronnie, it was a lot of relationship building in the comments of all my videos. So anytime somebody left a comment, just like expressing gratitude and saying, thank you so much for leaving a comment on the video. I appreciate you. Hope you have the best day ever. And like really building the relationship. I also think that when I first got started, like anybody that was liking and interacting with my videos, I was going to their profile and liking and interacting with their videos, leaving comments on their videos. Because it's like, you got to view Instagram like a community, right? Like if you're showing up and you're commenting on other people's stuff and you're showing them like love and support, like they will also do the same thing for you. I also think that there's a value add, like there's an advantage to having trainers in the group that you guys support each other. And like when you guys post content, you like support each other's content. I think there's a value add in that because it's not like you have to do that on every single video, but having other people leave comments on the video, like people follow other people's social behavior. And so if somebody goes to your video and sees 3 comments, they're more likely to comment on the video itself. So community building. So when people comment on your videos, leaving a comment back, I also think you can do community building by focusing specifically on like doing Q&As on your Instagram story and like answering questions that your audience are giving you. If you have a small audience, you can post a Q&A and answer your own questions, but just show you interacting with your community as many ways as possible. Sometimes when people leave you comments, reply to their comments with videos and like build your community and interact with your community. So like the answer is the same thing that you did inside of your group. It's like, you've got to build the community.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And I mean, there are a few people in here who like I do that with. Like, I feel like me and Jackie are like good at that. We kind of hype each other up like on her new account and all the things. So that definitely helps. But yeah. Okay. Got that. Next thing. Okay. Now I feel like you're going to mute me, but I'm just going to ask it anyways. So in Content Mastery, you talk about how you are the brand. Now I have what I know is a story that like, because my following is not huge, like people don't fucking care about my dog or my life or like my fucking matcha lattes. So like, how, like, is this just something I need to just like get over and do anyways? Or like, how do you build your personal brand when it's like, I don't know, the first, like, is it just, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place.
I got you. So like, think about like the only way that people start to care about that stuff is by you putting it out there because you're making a decision that they don't care before you post it, right? So like you can't like you don't know that. Like I met somebody recently that was like, dude, I had the same injury that you had when you were in high school. I basically had like a pinched nerve in my shoulder. That's crazy. We have like such similar stories. And I was like, how do you know that? So like, oh, I watched your YouTube. And I was like, oh, I'm like, I only get 500 views on my YouTube. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So like, you don't know that. You don't know that until you post it. So like a lot of the things that you don't think are relevant and matter are actually going to be the things that make you the most relatable. Like the dog that you have, like dog or a cat person, like where's my dog people at? And like leave a comment below if your dog's your best friend kind of thing. Like that's super relatable. So it's
Yeah.
like the things that we don't think matter actually matter quite a lot. So I would get out of your head and start posting the things that you think people aren't going to care about.
Okay, just get over myself. Okay, and then last question, real quick,
Pause.
is
One a quick example. The video that went viral to start was the video of you and your dad.
yeah,
It was literally
that
you and
video
your
has
dad.
over 10 million views.
It was you and your dad fucking drinking coffee.
I know.
Okay. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm just gonna mute myself. Next question was, I find that my income is still kind of up and down, right? So my question is like, what were your biggest, I'm gonna say mindset shifts that took you from like inconsistently going up and down to just like constantly, slowly moving in that direction?
It wasn't mindset, it was content. There was two things. One, it was content. Two is every single client that came into my program like never left. Like when I was an online fitness coach, like I had clients that stuck with me for 3 to 4 years. So it's
Mhm.
like the business just kept growing. It's like the service inside of the community was so good that people just hated the idea of leaving. I had one client one time literally tell me that he would rather lose his electricity in his house than miss out on the payment for my coaching program. Obviously, that never happened, but he's like, that's how valuable the program is to me. And it's like, I feel like this is the same thing inside of PT Domination. Like a lot of you guys have been with me for like 2, 3, 4 years. Ben's been with me for like 3 years at this point. So
Mhm.
it's like two things. One is content, build the audience. And two is when clients come into your program, make sure they never want to leave. Because then you're not worried about the up and down months because you know that you're always going to have a base of recurring.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like I do have a pretty good like renewal rate. Like I do have some clients who have been with me for 3, 4 years. So like that part I feel like is solid. It's just building the audience that I'm working on right now. And that's my number one focus right now is
The,
just
the good news is that it's working because if you have 6 calls this week, it's clearly like that's an indicator that we're like trending. It's starting to work. And it's like you're like 2 or 3 months away from coming onto one of these coaching calls and be like, I gained 5,000 followers this week. It's going to happen.
yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be quiet now. Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're doing a good job. Like just want to give you credit. You're doing good.
Thank you.
It wasn't a mindset thing. It was like just like write this down. This is the mindset. I think this is helpful for any level. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Okay. I got you.
I still have that mindset to this day. Like
Yeah.
when I think about my goals of like I want to be bigger than Gary Vaynerchuk, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It will happen. It's not like I have no doubt in my mind. It's just like I'm just going to trust the process and I'm just going to keep doing what I need to do.
Okay. Yeah. I still have a sticky note from the last time you told me to just fucking be patient and trust the process. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Sometimes it's not a matter of learning something new. It's a matter of being reminded. And I got you.
Yeah. Got it.
Congratulations on booking 6 calls. You're a G.
Thank you.
Bye bye. What's up, D? Tell me some wins.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I got you. So it's a couple wins. Last week I signed 2 clients. This week I had a video pop off. Appreciate it. So that's huge. And there's another one, but I forgot it. But yeah, man, those were pretty much the two biggest wins for me. And I got like I'm sitting at 5 calls booked for the week, still in a lot of conversations. So yeah, man, we in the trenches right now. So I was on content audits with Kenny this past Monday. And I know you told me to dial in more with my avatar. So I've been doing that more recently. I was just wondering if I could get a quick content audit from you just to kind of see if I'm moving in the right direction and what I could do better just to like really target my niche. For example, I've been able to like I feel like I'm speaking more to them, but I feel like I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm speaking enough to them. Like and I'm always going back and forth between knowing which pain words to use in my content and when to just kind of speak generally to them, if that makes sense.
When did you go to content audits with Kenny?
This is this past Monday, or yeah,
So two
Monday.
days ago. What did he tell you to do?
Break down and like go into depth on one specific thing rather than doing like 3 different things that you can do in a video. He said have a B-roll of like if I'm talking about walking with your chest up high into a meeting, have a B-roll of like Alex Ramosi or some famous business owner that people can relate to relate after. Yeah.
Cool. How many videos have you done with that?
I haven't had a content shoot yet, so
So
I've been able to implement.
once you implement that homework, come to next week's Podchats. I'll look at your content.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
You're gonna confuse
Yeah,
yourself because then I'm gonna tell you to do something
yeah.
and you're gonna be like, which one should I fucking do? Do that. Come back
Mm.
next week. I'll look at your content.
Okay, cool. One last quick question.
Of course.
So, one thing that I'm trying to work on is really building up that retention in my program. I feel like 3 months in, like people are really consistent, like the onboarding process, they're really consistent. And that 3 month part mark, they're just gone.
When you say they're gone, is it like they are ghosting and they're not replying, or they don't want to renew? Like, what is it?
So they're ghosting or they're wanting to cancel.
Okay. So
And I've been trying,
usually happens at the 3 month mark.
yeah, three
Okay.
month mark. And I mean, the ones that show up consistently and go hard with the diet and exercise, they stay with it for years. But it's just the ones that I have a hard time getting a hold of and staying on top of, the ones that, they end up dropping off. So I've been working on my community, but I only work with men. I don't know if it's just a man thing or not,
No,
but it's like,
I got you. I'm going to give you a simple system that I gave to one of my $1 Million Mastermind students that massively increased their retention. So they were noticing that they were getting drop-offs around week 8, week 10. And so what we did is we installed a system where as soon as you sign somebody up, D, you onboard them, and then you book a check-in call 6 weeks into the program. So literally on the onboarding call, you book a check-in call 6 weeks into the program. So literally just like you can quote unquote call like a renewal call, but you're not going to go for the pitch on that call. Literally all you're doing on that call is you're predetermining a calendar time to review the progress in the program so far and just check in with them. This is going to massively increase your retention rate because clients are going to know at that 6-week check-in mark, we really want to sit down, take a look at your results so far, and then make sure that we're on track to finish the program in momentum.
okay.
Check-in call as soon as they sign up. Bam. I also think that if you have clients that are in your coaching program right now, bro, that aren't like less active, you have their phone number, call them and be like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you, homie. I know that, last couple of weeks were like a little bit rougher for you. You're my boy. Obviously I care about you. I want you to get jacked. So how you doing? How are things with you?
I mean, I do that, but they still, like, we'll have a phone call. It's a great call. And then they still don't do anything.
Call them out.
Mm.
Cause I promise you, if you fucking did that to me, right? If I told you, go do your content and then come back next week and show me, and then you came back next week and you're like, oh, I didn't do my shit, I'd be like, fucking get off my call.
Okay.
And it's like, you can do that in a polite way. Like, D, I thought you said you wanted to fucking grow on social media. Like, I love you and I care about you, but I'm not going to do the work for you. Like, how bad do you want to lose this weight? Because you told me when you first signed up that you needed to lose the weight because your girl was looking at you funny. So what's going on? What happened? What changed?
Mm.
Do you always
Okay.
get like this when adversity comes? You say you're going to do something, you don't do it? Do you want to be like that forever? Come on, son.
That's fire.
Dude, this is the skill that it's going to take to get to the next level as well. Because it's like, everybody write this down. The conversations you have with yourself, have with your clients, right? Like, that's how I talk to myself when I'm fucking around. Like, hello, get out of fucking bed and do the shit you need to do. You don't get to sleep in today. You said you wanted to lose weight, so fucking eat your healthy food. Put down the fork, all right?
That's fire.
So you need to have those conversations with your clients.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. Because I know that once I get this content dialed in more and then this retention even better, like probably 20K months coming easily.
The good news is that the content is working. So go like this. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Take that.
That's right. That's right. The content is working. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had a video that popped off, brother.
Fair enough. Absolutely. All right. I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you. I will take a look at your content as long as you implement the homework. So go do that and then come back and I'll take a look.
Will do.
Peace. All right. Fucking great call so far, guys. We're having fun. What's up, Zane?
What's going on?
How you doing, King?
I'm doing great. Everything is going really great, actually. So my wins, I've been playing around with a boosted post and it's doing super well. It's bringing in lots of followers right now. And I also had a post organically hit way more than usual. So I have a lot of leads coming in.
Look at this fucking guy.
It's a great problem. So I have new problems, great problems. And that's kind of what my question around today is. So, prior, everything's basically been on Facebook for me. So it's been fairly easy to keep up with leads and conversations. But now I'm able to send, 50 to 100 DMs. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to not only keep up with those, but also part of what I'm doing is I'm responding to everybody. And then I'm trying to go in and re-spark the previous conversations and then send new ones. But my issue is that re-sparking. Is there a way to better keep track of, who I've already spoken to, go back into that conversation, re-spark that? What's the best way to go about just keeping track of all that?
Okay, so there's a couple ways to go about this. So first things first is, are you sending messages from like when you're doing resparks? What's the way that you're doing? Like, how are you doing it?
So right now, like off the boosted post, I have a free resource. So
Yep.
I'm sending it and then I'm following back through and basically asking, have you had a chance to check that out yet?
Okay.
So yeah.
So there's two different ways to go about this. It depends how organized you are. So way number one is if you connect your Facebook page, not your personal profile, but your Facebook page to your Instagram, you'll get what's called Meta Business Suite. Okay. Now in Meta Business Suite, what you can do is you can actually label conversations. So you can label conversations as like, you can add a label that says free resource. Then if you wanted to organize it, you could literally just search up the label free resource, and that label by itself would load up all the conversations with free resource. That's if you wanted to be organized. I'll tell you what I do because I'm very basic. Okay. I don't do that. I'm like, all I do is I scroll back in my Instagram inbox and I look through my Instagram. That's what I do. I'm literally not
That's what
doing
I've been doing.
So that's what I do. Like, I'm very fucking basic. And I think if you're increasing your lead volume, so obviously if you wanted to get more organized, that's what I would do. But like, I'm just a very simple person. I'm just going to look in the inbox and see who's in there, go to primary, because like when you're sending resources through ManyChat, sometimes it'll send people to primary and general. So you have to check both primary and general, but like, I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah.
Cool. So are you, when you scroll back through, I guess what I've been looking for now is basically like seen, and you just go back into that thread and say, like, even for example, say I just asked somebody something and they, opened it but hadn't responded. So like with that, you're just looking for seen, going double tapping that last message or okay, cool.
And like, especially if you guys are giving out free resources, like, bro, I can't tell you, there's people at my Instagram that are probably watching this right now. I can't tell you how many threads I have with people that just get all my free resources and never reply to any of my DMs ever. It just happened.
Yeah.
And so it just fucking happened. I can't even tell you how many people there is in my fucking DMs. There's like, sometimes I'll open a message thread and I'm like, oh, cool. You've been following me for like literally a year, and every free resource I ever put out, you always download, you never reply. Hacktan said I was one of them. That's hilarious. So it happens. Like, so my advice is I don't chase those people, because guys, when you're in the DMs, you're looking for five-star prospects, friendly and cooperative, willing to engage in dialogue, know what they want, know when they want it, and want some help. So if somebody's not friendly and cooperative and willing to engage in dialogue, that to me is an indicator that they're not a 5-star prospect. So why would I spend time knocking on that door when clearly they've indicated they're not interested? I would rather go into my DMs and find people that are replying to me and try to book those people as sales calls. Then it becomes a game of not like, let's send out as many messages as we can, but let's look for the hot leads and book them in for sales calls. Now that you've got the increased volume, Zane, your goal isn't to send 100 messages a day. Your goal is to book 1 to 2 calls a day. That's the goal. So it's like, if we need to start more conversations in order to get to that volume, cool. But if you've already got a lot of conversations in the inbox, then start with there. Last thing I'll say is when you do have an increase in volume in your DMs, you should send messages at the start of the day, Zane. Start of the day. Because if you go into your inbox and there's 30 people to reply to, and you get into those 30 conversations and you haven't started any new ones, then let's just say all those 30 conversations die. Then you'll have to go and start new conversations, which is just a pain in the ass. So just start all of your new conversations to start the day, and then spend the rest of your day booking sales calls in the inbox.
Cool.
Was that helpful?
Perfect. Very much so.
Cool. I appreciate you. Congratulations. I'm happy to hear a piece of content popped off and that you got a boosted post that's going. You're a G.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Peace. What up, Maximus? Big boy Maximus.
What up, brother?
Decimus Meridius. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Swimming away. Win for me would be sign a new client this week. And I just looked. So I've got a boosted post cooking right now. In the last 30 days, I think I'm up like 1,800 followers, which is pretty fucking sick.
Look at this guy.
So tons of new combos. So that what you were saying to Zane was super helpful, because like I'm kind of in a similar spot where it's like I feel like I'm getting a lot of responses, but I think I just need to be more intentional with like, if it fizzles out, like scrolling through, looking for the scenes, like sending a GIF or some random shit to kind of just keep those combos going, and just try to be a little bit more organized in that sense. So that was super valuable. So question, I'd like to hear a little bit more about your Bali trip, dude. So I know you've talked about it a little bit, but like, I'm kind of thinking about going on like a little like 2-week trip somewhere, just like fucking find myself a little bit, challenge myself, new environment kind of thing. And I'm just like, I'd be curious to hear a little bit about like your story, like the mindset you went into when you went there, like pre-planning, like all that kind of shit.
So wait, you're thinking about it, or you're going to do it?
I'm going to do it next month. Yeah.
When are you doing it?
Next month.
Okay. I'll tell you, but if I'm going to tell you, then you need to fucking commit and post a picture of the flight ticket and shit.
All right.
Okay. So I like this. This is fun. Let's do this more often. Okay. So love this. First of all, drop some fire in the fucking chat for Max. Say, hell yes, Max. This is like, Max, you were in the mindset coaching program, right? And
Yeah.
you remember Matthew Orlando, how he like packed up to move to Kelowna? This is one of those moments. So like get ready because your life's about to change in a big way. By the way, since he moved to Kelowna, he's gone from $7,000 a month to $25,000 a month. And he grew to 55,000 followers on Instagram because he actually started chasing his dreams. So I just want to give you kudos for having some kahunas to go after your dreams and do the things that you want to do. This is a big moment for you. So if you're going to go to Bali, I'll tell you where to go. Go to Canggu. It's called Canggu. There is a ton of like really beautiful like cafes and restaurants, and it's right by the beach. Really, really cool place to go if you're looking for more of like there's more of like a scene there. Like there's a gym there called what the fuck's that gym called? Body Fit. No, it's not Body Fit. Though look it up. Nick's gonna look it up. There's a gym there that like a lot of the famous influencers go to. It's really, really good for networking. My client Leo in the 10K Mastermind actually went there as well. So if you're gonna go to a place in Bali, go to Cheng Body Factory. That's what it's called. So that's where you want to go if you want to have like interactions with people. If you want to go like find yourself and like tap into your soul, go to a place called Ubud. Ubud is the place you want to go if you want to like find yourself. It's very like slow and chill. The monkey forest is there. It's like a more calm and relaxed city, whereas like Canggu is more of like a go, go, go place. Bro, the mindset that I went with when I went there is I'm going to make more money than the trip cost me. So when I flew over there, I bought the flights, got the Airbnb. It was like $3 to $5 grand. So every time I go there, I try to make more money on the trip than I spent on the trip. And that's the best feeling in the fucking world. Like when you're working at a cafe and you're making money with like Facebook audio calls because you're going to be international. So it's going to be hard to do calls. So you have to do like Facebook audio, Instagram audio, whatever. But when you close like $1,000 clients over Facebook, Instagram audio, it changes your fucking life. It's the fucking coolest thing ever. So yeah, that's really cool. I think if you wanted to go somewhere, it would be Canggu or Ubud. Now, the mindset that you're going to have to go into it with is in advance, there's like a world clock you can go to on LimeMax and you can plug in like 4 p.m. PST. What time is that in Bali? And then it'll tell you, right? And then you'll be able to decide your working hours in Bali. So like, I'll give you a little bit of a cheat code. It's kind of like, it's usually around 6 a.m. Bali time to midnight, or sorry, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. is like 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. PST, which is pretty much like when you'd be able to work. Other than that, you'd have to stay up until 10 or 11 p.m. at Bali time to catch the morning, which is not ideal, I don't think. So usually what I do when I go to Bali is I work from like 6 a.m. to noon. Then after that, I go to the gym. And after the gym, I just go on an adventure, like whatever Bali calls for that day. So good for content, so good for your mindset. It's going to rejuvenate your soul. I get like all my tattoos that I have, I get in Bali. So every time I go to Bali, I get a tattoo because tattoos are like $500 to $1,000. It's fucking great, bro. Bali's, I miss it a lot. I talk about it all the time. I've been there like 8 times.
Yeah, I haven't like necessarily like nailed a place down. I was just curious about your Bali experience because I hear you talk about it. But yeah, that was on the list. Yeah, I was just gonna kind of just look around and just figure out, what I'm feeling. So
yeah. Another thing I'll say is, so you got to book a trip this week. Another thing I'll say is when you travel, make sure that you plan the day that you're going to be traveling around your check-in days. And if you're going to be flying on a day that you do check-ins, just make sure you do the check-ins before you go on the trip, because then the last thing you'd want to do is like be in the airport and fucking doing check. It's annoying. So just pre-do the work that you would have to do for your trip before you go on the trip so that you can actually just fly and enjoy the experience.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think because I do my check-ins on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I'd probably just fly out on like a Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna look into it, bro.
Soul searching time, brother.
Yes, sir.
I love it. This is when you find yourself.
I'm excited, man. Need it.
Cool. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming up. Great fucking question.
Of course, brother. Peace.
Send me a fucking DM with a picture of your flights when you buy them.
Got you.
If you don't send me a DM, I'm going to send you an angry voice note. It's going to sound like this. It will. Just like that. Stuart, Mr. Homebodies. Mr. I'm so fucking jacked and I do home workouts. What's up, brother?
What up? How's it going, brother?
Best day of my fucking life, Stu. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Best day of my life as well.
Love that.
I'm curious. I have everything seems like it's going pretty good right now. I've been trying to I have a VA already, so I know we're not supposed to talk VAs in the 10K, but I was just from a mindset perspective, I've talked to Janelle about this like ages ago. And I was like, I just kind of weird, so I would like them to get to do a little bit more of my outreach and then just kind of some of the stuff you were talking to the guys before. And I'm just curious, you don't really have to give me any like a ton of info, but like, do I just give them my Instagram password?
2 ways. 1, if you want them to start conversations, they have to be logged into your Instagram. Yes. But 2, if you have a really busy inbox that doesn't require somebody to start new conversations, then you can connect your Facebook business page to your Instagram. and then they can be logged. They can be an admin of your Facebook business page and see your Instagram inbox.
So admin of.
Yep. So if you go to ChatGPT and literally type in, how do I connect my Facebook business page to my Instagram? It'll give you step-by-step instructions. But when
I'm pretty sure there, because I have the Meta thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that set up. So let them log into that as an admin.
So what happens is if you go to that page, bro, so go to that page. I'll just show you because it's actually going to be pretty quick for me to show you. If you want to make somebody an admin of your page, so you're going to I'm going to go up here. I'm going to switch to the Real Brian Mark. And then once I'm on the Real Brian Mark, I'm going to go to my page. When you go to your page, you want to go to professional dashboards too on the left. When you go to professional dashboard, it's going to open this section right here. So professional dashboard on the left-hand side. Then it's going to open up this section. Once you're on this section, there's going to be a dashboard that loads right here. You're going to tap on page access. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you tap on page access, what you're going to do is you're going to add new, and then you're going to type in your VA's name. So let's just say Stuart. Let's just pretend I wanted to add you, Stuart. So I click this, and then I would just say give access. As soon as I tap give access to, they're going to have access to admin as your page, which means they can log into their personal Facebook profile, but then switch to your page right here. Then they'll be able to see the inbox. So if I go back here to Facebook, if I click on inbox, they will be able to see this because they're now the admin of the page.
Right. But they can't change password or anything?
Nope.
Okay, sweet. And then should I is it standard protocol at some point in time? Because I mean, obviously when you're getting a setter or whatever, they would have your password. Would it just be standard? I've had this girl for 9 months. It's just like a weird mindset thing that I'm giving her the keys to Instagram.
Yeah. The easy way to get around this is to make sure that you have some sort of two-factor authentication set up, where in order for somebody to change the password, I believe that they have to they'd have to text you first. So make sure you set up two-factor authentication so that they can't change the password without sending you a text or an email. Also, make sure that you're a verified business account, because even if like worst case scenario, they did change the password, which, I've been doing this for like 5 years. It just doesn't happen ever. But worst case scenario, it did. You could get back in with your face as verification if you are a Meta verified subscriber.
Yeah, I got Meta. That's just the blue check mark.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, this is something I've been kind of struggling with forever. And I'm like, it's stupid. And I should just ask Brian about it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, my man.
What's your income at right now?
I'm at, I think last month I was at 19.5. So I was just shy of 20, which was a PR. And then this month I'm at either just shy of 12 or at 12, but I got either 2 more 6 months that are going to renew, or hopefully 2 years that I'm going to renew. That was actually a mindset switch I just had. Maybe I'll ask you about it real quick. So normally I sign people up for 6 months, and then normally I would try and sign them up for 6 months discounted on the next run through, which works okay. Would it be better not even to ask for the 6 months on the second time through and just be like, okay, you've been through 6 months, let's just do 52 weeks and that's the deal. And then the fallback is you sign up for another 6 months at the regular cost?
100%.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, it's like if you can increase your lifetime value, always increase your lifetime value.
Cool. Yeah, it was just something I never really thought about, that I was like, okay, because I've heard of downselling the continuity or whatever. And I mean, even just by being like, most guys would now sign up for a year. I find, or another 6 months, that works a lot of the time, but hadn't done the 1 year thing as much.
Yeah, it's literally just saying that like most of my best clients have been with me for like a couple of years. So I'd love to get you into, that range where we have you like absolutely shredded out of your mind, and then you never have to worry about hiring another fitness coach again. That typically speaking is a 52-week program. So I'd love to offer you 52 weeks at blah, blah, blah.
Sick. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations on all your success, brother. I love to hear you.
Appreciate it. I'm coming for, I think I said February, $1 million mastermind. That's the goal still. So hopefully at some point in time in the next month or two, I'll be in there.
I love that. Just wanted to say, it looks like the move paid off well. So
it's been sick. Yeah, I appreciate. Again, I was listening to is it Maximus kind of doing his talking about Bali and stuff like that, and I was kind of having a moment because I thought about doing it. Obviously, it was a different situation, but I was like sick that this worked out kind of where it's at now. And then actually, I'm thinking of something in June. I'm like, if I just put my head down till June, put something on the calendar, same idea maybe, but just be like, do the trip then. You're crushing it right now. Life's good. So I appreciate you.
You're a G, bro. Talk soon.
Later.
Peace. Jackie Reese, what's up? This is fun. I like you guys.
Hello, how are you?
Best day of my life. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So my win is my content is slowly getting better. So that's really exciting. So thank
on your
you.
new page?
No, on TikTok. And I'm getting annoyed because like TikTok is so hard to have conversations on.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to start them and then they just like it's different. You know what I mean? So like I try to move them to Facebook, but that's like tricky. But anyways, yeah, my new page I'm still working on. And my other win is I got an inbound lead. So I have a call today with that. So that's exciting.
Inbound from TikTok?
No, from Facebook. That's where I get all my leads.
Okay.
I don't
Fair
know
enough.
why. I really don't know why. I just fucking love Facebook. I think that's where my avatar is, I guess. So my question is, I'm starting to get more clear on like my avatar, what's working, but like, how do you like dive into that without getting too repetitive? So like what works for me is like, I did like some deep like studying on my old page of like what was hitting, like the what got me the most follows, stuff like that. It was like when I did documentation style, like explaining my journey, stuff like that, like my before and after and how I did it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. So I've committed to do the documentation style for like 30 days. And that's kind of what's hitting again. So I was like, okay, but how do you do that without it being like repetitive, like on your stories, like without being kind of like without sharing a picture of me every day? Or do you suggest doing that? You know what I mean? Like the before and after.
Yeah. So marketing is about saying the same things 100 different times, different ways, but it's saying the same thing. And so finding a way to tell the same story 100 different ways is marketing essentially. So that's like when like as you start to figure this out, what you'll find is that you are basically saying the same thing, but you're just saying it creatively 100 different ways. Like I've done 1,250 podcast episodes for online coaches. I guarantee you, I don't know, probably half of the episodes are repeats of the other episodes, at least. But it's just you say it in a different way, right? Maybe, and it's like the same content, different delivery. I write that down. Same content, different delivery. I'm going to give you guys an actual example of this. So if I go to my Instagram.com, so this video that I just posted, oh yeah, this video. So I can't afford to be an online fitness coach. Boom, 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 boom. But I don't know how to grow. This that I'm putting on the screen right now, choose a niche, set up your social media to be a lead magnet, use ChatGPT to use a prompt, write viral packaging, post every day, 7 days a week. This was a talking video I literally did last week. So that script in this video is a talking video I literally did last week. So I took the value from the talking video and I put it into a step-by-step format that is basically, you know, it's the same concept. It's a different delivery. This video. So I'm going to show you this video and then I'm going to talk about, before we came on, by fixing this nurture process, I'm going to teach you exactly what we did. Ryan was only getting 30 to 40% of people showing up at sales call, and that's not sad. So we had to fix that. Ryan's solution was spending more money on ads so that we had more total leads in the calendar. But he was burning through money and he wasn't signing a lot of clients. So instead, we kept his ad budget the same and we changed this one thing, this nurture process. And this one thing took his show rate from 30% to 50 to 60%. The morning of the sales call, Ryan sends the prospect a video message that says this exactly. Yo, what's going on, Nick? Hope you're having the best day of your entire life. Just check the calendar, saw we're booking. I've done a talking video about that literally 2 weeks ago. But the way that I delivered it 2 weeks ago was like, I used to get 50% of people that bailed on my sales calls. Now I get 80% of people that show up and I'm going to teach you exactly what I did.
Got it. Okay. So it's like educational and then maybe using like a client testimonial, like it's just saying the same thing different way. Okay.
Yep. You got it. Same content, different delivery.
And then when it comes to like before and afters, is it kind of like breaking down different parts of like different stories of my journey and then also just repeating the same fucking story? See, I think it's me. Like I get sick of saying the same story.
Totally.
Just because I feel like it's annoying. You know what I mean?
That resonates. But you got to remember that a lot of people in your audience, especially on TikTok, they've never heard that story before. And it'll be the first time they hear that story.
Okay. That's very true.
Like a lot of you guys have heard like the Bali story. I've talked about the Bali trip like probably hundreds of times at this point. But I know that like some people in the audience don't know that I went to Bali with $0 in my bank account and I literally made $5,000 in 3 weeks. And that was what transformed my life. So that's why I tell that story all the time, because I know that there's a lot of people in the audience that have never heard that story before.
Okay.
If I do tell the same story, like I'm going to add a different layer to it every time so that it feels different. And again, that's marketing. It's saying the same thing 100 different ways.
And then stories, same concept. Like it's just the same process. Okay.
I didn't talk about this on Podchats. I talked about this yesterday on Combos with B. So there's a concept that I've been experimenting with, and it's called like storytelling in my social proof. Okay. So I'm going to show you some examples, and then I want you to kind of take these examples and use these as inspiration for your own journey. So before, with my social proof, I would just do stuff like this, you guys, where I would just like this. $532,000 in 28 days as an online fitness coach. Check this out. So then I play Don's video, blah, blah, blah. He's making money and he's rich. But like recently, I've been trying to find different ways to post social proof. So this is a way, not to brag or anything, but ignore the language in the content. But notice how I'm just having the social proof pop up on screen. So that's a way. There's another way to use social proof in my storytelling. It was this one. So this is social proof in the story where I'm actually giving value, right? So I'm storytelling with social proof. Another example of me storytelling with social proof is this one. This one's actually good too, but it doesn't have music and I fucked up on it. So I'm not really super happy with it. This one right here is good. Today, this client reached out with 2,000 Instagram followers and making $1,000 a month. And just last week, Trey made $10,000 and he now has 55,000 followers on social media. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how we, right? So I'm storytelling with the social proof. I'm also experimenting with that in my stories. So if I go to my archive, I'll show you guys, this is an example. Like, and I'm telling you, if you guys start doing this is some serious game. Because if people can see themselves in your story, like if they can see themselves in the client journey, they're going to be a lot more likely to take action because they're going to see themselves in the first version. They're going to be like, damn, that's me right now. So where is it? So this is a quick little story sequence that I did about my client, Nick. So I'm like, look at this. This is absolutely going to blow your mind. And then I show a screenshot of when Nick reached out to me. I'm like, Nick reached out to me. I literally grabbed a DM from when he first reached out. 0 from online coaching. My old coach is telling me to DM 100 people a day. A lot of what they say is cookie cutter. I'm looking for 5 avatar, blah, 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 blah. And then I showed a screenshot of Nick sending me a picture basically stating that he's made $86,000 since signing up with me. And now he's grown by 102,000 followers. So I'm using the story to tell I'm using my Instagram story to show this was Nick when he first signed up. This is some of the stuff he was saying. This is some of the stuff that we went through. This is what we worked on. This is the results of us working on this thing. And this is the results of working on this thing. If you want results like this, DM me 10K.
Got it. Okay. That's good. Okay. So I'll start doing that.
So you can do that with your own story too. Like you could literally grab an old photo of you. You can be like, used to look like this and eat like this and feel like this.
Yeah, and I've never done like a talking on my journey. I'll just go before, after, no emotion, just, you know what I'm saying? And that worked, but like, I feel like that would be a different level talking.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's perfect. Thank you. My next question is pinned videos. So what do you suggest, like my new page for like Instagram pinned videos? Because I was thinking of creating some to pin.
Your story, an offer you have, your best client transformation.
Okay.
So your story, like a before and after video, that's fire. An offer that you currently have right now and your best client transformation.
Okay, perfect. And then last question is, I do really good with 4-day challenges. Do you suggest, I didn't do one publicly in January. I did it private. And I think the last one I did was like in November. So do you think I should do it like in Feb?
Mm-hmm.
Work best for me, like, because I don't like, it's hard for me to get, because I'm working on content. I'm becoming the best version of myself in content.
There you go.
But it's a work in progress. So I convert best with 4 days.
Every 6 weeks until your roster is full.
Okay. I actually like forgot that you said that before. So thank you for that reminder, even though I've heard you say that 10 times now.
I got you.
Thank you. That's all. I'm going to mute myself.
You're welcome. I got you. I'm happy to hear that your content's getting better. You deserve that. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Jackie. Bye. Nerman, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
If you guys don't follow Nerman on social media, you should. What's your social media handle, bro?
Do you want me to write it?
Yeah, write it in the chat. If you guys don't follow Nerman on social media, you should. His content's very fucking good.
Thank you.
How you doing, brother? How can I serve you?
Well, I'm good. So a win for me is I told you that I was going to do a connection post, and it was very well received. I was surprised. So I'll keep doing more of those. Another win is I had 3 renewals and 3 new clients since the last time we spoke. So
let's go.
Making moves, doing, good things. So I actually have a question about, so I'm not going to bore you with my life story, but I actually worked full time while doing this. So my question is, let's see, I wrote it down so that I could articulate it better. 1 sec.
You're good, bro.
Next week tomorrow I'll be at 49 clients, right? While working full time and basically doing everything by myself. So that's content editing and lead generation. And I know that we're not supposed to be hiring VAs and stuff like that. But here's the thing, like I don't take out the money out of my company. Like the money that I earn, I don't take it out as salary because Swedish taxes are a nightmare. I don't know what it's like in Canada, but they will eat everything up, like literally. So I had a talk with my accountant, and he told me that basically not touch the money until next year, because next year I can take it out at a lower tax rate. like 20%, which is good, So my question would be, would it make sense for me to buy back some of my time at this point, since I'm not taking out any of the money?
Hmm. Before I answer that question, like, what do you do for work? Like, what's your full-time job?
I'm a counselor, like a school counselor.
Cool. And that you want to continue on with that, or is like one your goal one day to get out of that?
At least like until next year, I'd say.
Okay. Cool.
So I need to build up a bit of a buffer, some
Yeah.
capital.
Okay. So based on the fact that you need to build up a little bit of a buffer in order to leave your job, if I was going to outsource anything at this level, the only thing I would outsource at this level would be your editing.
Yeah.
Because like you could go on upwork.com and you could find,
Yeah.
you don't even need to go on Upwork. You have an Instagram audience like I do. So you can make a post that's literally like just writing on, like right on the screen on Instagram, like now hiring video editors. If you are interested in a video editing position and you believe that you're going to be a good fit that can match the quality of my Instagram, send me an email at la 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 la. Then when people send you an email, have one raw file that you want edited into a Fire video, and then send every editor that comes in. There'll probably be 10, 15, 20. Send them all the same raw file. Be like, this is your test project. I'm going to be basing whether or not I hire you off of this test project. I'm going to be judging you based off of the time that you get it back to me and also the quality of the video. And I want it to match the theme of the videos that I'm putting on my Instagram.
Yeah.
That would be very easy to do. So like at this level, that's the one that that's the hire that I would go for. If you were thinking about buying back your time, you could, but just letting you know, we don't really cover that in the 10K Mastermind. Just because it gets confusing when we start talking about hiring people, because there's like students that are making 5K a month in here. There's students that are making 15K a month. So everybody starts thinking about hiring people. It's just like not really the level to do it. But if you were going to outsource at this level, it would be video editing for sure.
Okay. And what do you think is like a reasonable amount to spend on something like that?
The good news is that you have an Instagram audience, so you'll be able to find somebody good, anywhere from $15 to $50 a video, depending on the style of edit. So if I look at, I'll show you some examples. Like if I do content like this,
if you're talking to your,
this is very simple and very easy. So this is like the $25 video range, 15 to 25 bucks. Content like this,
I've made over $30 million.
Is more like $50 a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's in USD too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because my content it's quite simple, I just I already wrote like a SOP for a potential editor, but I actually went to Upwork, but all of the people that I talked to there, they do like the same thing. Like it's all it's, you know what I mean? Everything looks the same, and I kind of do it a bit different. It's simple, but I don't know. I just have to find someone to match it.
You will find somebody by posting on your Instagram. You have like 250,000 followers, right?
Yeah, 70.
Yeah. So yeah, you will find somebody by, whenever I'm looking for an editor, bro, I literally post on my story that I'm hiring editors. I get 10, 15, 20 applications.
All right. Okay.
You'll get the same thing for sure. So raw file, tell them you're judging based on the time they get it back to you and the quality, and then send them a video example of a style that you'd like them to replicate.
Okay. Got it. So an editor. Yeah. Because honestly, I think that I'm spending like 20 hours per month on it, like 20 videos, an hour a pop,
Yeah,
So
no, I get it. And like, dude, doing that unlocks scale, because now that you're not spending that time on content, you'll have more time to automate your lead gen, like using ManyChat. You'll also have more time to create more content. Like if you have somebody that edits all your videos for you, you could literally double the amount of content you put out and grow twice as fast.
Yep.
Because your content's good, right? Like what I always say is get consistent, then get good, then add volume. Like you're consistent and you're good, so you should add volume.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you.
All right, brother. Congratulations on all your success. I'm really fucking happy for you. Let's get it.
Thank you. Let's go.
Okay, bro. Talk soon. Peace out.
Peace.
It's a great fucking day when everybody's winning. What a vibe. Jason Tam, tell me some good news, brother.
Yo, good news. 2 closes this week. One was a renewal, and then the other one was fresh, so I'm pretty fucking happy about that. And then boosted posts. I started doing that beginning of this month and reeled in, I think, like 1,400 followers. So that's pretty fucking dope.
I love that. Also, just for everybody on the coaching call, Cole and I still are going to be releasing a mindset coaching program soon. You just graduated. How was it?
Dude, it was sick, man. One of the best programs I've ever been in.
My guy.
Fuck yeah. So question today, actually, I got a fucking ball dropped on me this morning. It's a blessing in disguise, so it's pretty sick. I still do a little bit of in-person coaching and training, but the ball got dropped. Basically, landlord's like, yo, rent's going up like almost immediately. So I'm like thinking, fuck it. I might as well transition a bunch of my in-persons who are kind of in a more OG rate. Because just looking at rough numbers, which I'm going to calculate after this call to really get more fine-tuned figures, it's going to cut into not only margins, but I think some of them might be at a loss. So I think I'm just going to move them into online in that case. My question is, knowing this, obviously bringing that up there's the value behind online coaching and the amount that they'd be investing into and the amount of value they'd get on top of that. So I'm wondering what you would specifically say in that context and that conversation with each and every one of these clients when I'm moving them over.
Yeah. So there was actually a girl that came in today. This was to a couple years ago, and she moved all of her in-person clients online, and she did it in a very ninja way. So I got her to write a post. Selena, move your in-person clients online. I'm going to see if I can find the post because it was very, very good. If I can't find it right now, I will look for it after the call and I'll tag you because it was just a really how to move your in-person clients online. See if I can find it. And I just want to comment on the situation just while we're here, dude. This is a massive blessing in disguise. Universe is basically forcing you in the direction of your dreams.
Yeah.
Some things, the things that we're going through that are disguised as adversities are the very things that are actually going to be the opportunities that take us to the next level. So this to me is a very good thing, not a bad thing.
Oh, definitely. Dude, it's funny because speaking of mindset, when it first hit me, I was like, fuck. And then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this is fucking dope. It just means have a conversation with someone and actually provide them with the value that's like, dude, there's actually so much growth that you can actually attain now rather than just coming in person.
Okay. So I can't find the post. So I'm just going to tell you what to do. So are these clients that have been with you for a long time?
Yeah, the ones that are kind of on a lowered rate now where that it gets impacted as far as the basically the revenue goes. These people have been with me for like pretty much over a year. So it should be a relatively easy conversation, I think.
Yeah. So the conversation that I'll have with them is like, hey, so I'm going to be transitioning my business fully online. The reason that I'm going to be doing that is because I'm able to basically serve you at all points, not just when I'm training you in person. And not only that, like I want to teach you how to have the habits to be able to do this for the rest of your life. Yeah. And if you're just in-person coaching, that means that I'm only coaching you in the gym. And then when I'm not coaching you, you're not going to know what to do. So I want to be able to transition you into my online coaching offer. Main reason for that is I would like you to be able to do this on your own in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So I want to teach you how to start being accountable on your own while still holding your hand. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then I would go into the offer and I would ask them how they felt and what their goals are for the next year. And then I would just sell them online.
Sick. Okay. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Love it, dude.
So it's selling it as like, when I think about selling online training versus in-person coaching, I sell it as online training is the bridge between having a personal trainer and doing it on your own. Because if you just work with a personal trainer one-on-one and they're counting your reps for the sessions, that means that you're going to be accountable for the sessions themselves. But what happens when those sessions are expired? If you haven't developed the lifestyle habits to be able to do this on your own, then when those sessions expire, you're more likely to go back to what you know, which is not good. Whereas when we have an online trainer, I'm going to be teaching you how to do it on your own, and I'm going to be holding you accountable. That way, when the program expires, you will have those habits on your own because you developed them through the online training program.
Sick. Can I add something to this?
Of course.
I have some of the clients that actually do a little bit of like the check-ins with me. So not fully online. They're there like occasionally, but their level of accountability is nowhere near the person who's completely going online. So in that context, how would you frame that conversation?
The conversation of the clients that are not very accountable.
Yeah. So let's say they are in person. I do a little bit of check-ins with them once a week as well, because they have that as a bonus. But if I compared them to a client that's completely online, those are the highest level of accountability because they know they got to do it on their own. Yeah. Right. So I feel that the people that come in person, they're almost using the in-person visit as a crutch. Like, oh, because I'm going to go see Jason anyways, I already know that like it holds me accountable.
That's the exact conversation.
Got it.
Okay. Like, and I would be like, listen, I don't get me wrong. I absolutely love coaching you in person, but I actually think I'm giving you bad habits, which is why I want to move you fully online. And like all of my best clients, and then just show them, like, are you going to see them in person still?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So be like, show them like this client working with me online. Always checks in, always on the shit. This client too, this client too, this client too, this client too. So I believe that by you coming here and knowing that I'm going to kick your ass into shape, that's actually a crutch. I don't want that for you. I want you to get results like this. So I want to teach you how to do this on your own. And online training is the bridge between having a trainer and being able to do it on your own. So that when those sessions are when these sessions are done, not only you're going to be in shape, but you're actually going to keep the weight off instead of gaining it all back like most people do.
100%. Sick. Okay. I love it.
Cool. Anything else?
That's it.
Love hearing from you, brother. I hope you have the best day of your entire life, and blessing in disguise. Talk soon, Jason. Peace out. You're a great client, Jason. I like you. What's up, Nick?
How we doing today?
Best day of my fucking life. Tell me some good news.
Last week, you called me out. You said that I needed to start asking a little bit more. So I started asking, and we started having some hand raised, and we got some good conversations, and we're just kind of going through the motions. And so one of the things that I've been doing over the weekend was I also got invited into some another win was some Instagram creator program where it's like they got a couple select creators, and I don't know, they teach you a whole bunch of different things. So I did my first class with them today, and that was pretty cool as a network experience. So we're growing over here on content all because of your stuff.
I
So
love that for you. Congratulations.
nothing would have changed. I mean, it's yeah. So you're the best. So question I have for you is I'm looking for some different goals in regards to two different ways of business. Now that I'm like realized, all right, I got to ask a little bit more. What type of like process goals should I start to work on for the business? Like for the process, like not necessarily systems, but just like my process of like content creation, kind of lead gen, etc. Because we're growing and I'm doing podcasting, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I don't want to say I'm like VA ready, but like we're kind of getting close to that area because I'm doing a lot of work.
What's your income at?
We just back, well, I guess we've already done 3 months of 10K in a month, and that's our first. We did 3-peat, so hopefully we'll see what happens February. We're probably going to do 15. That's what I'm looking for.
Cool. So at the level that you're at, Mr. Nicholas, the number one thing that's most important is not to create a process for your business, but create a process for your time. What does your Google Calendar look like?
It's pretty busy. I don't even look at it anymore because I got called out by Cole last time and it was scrambled all over the place. And so I kind of follow it, but I need to redo it. It's more or less my thing is I need to redo it.
Cool. So like, I'll tell you why. So I'll give you the explanation. So I'm not just telling you what to do and not giving you any context. At the level that you're at, Nick, before you hire employees or hire a VA or whatever, you need to become a master of your time, which basically means that you are like, you follow like I live and die by my calendar. If it's on my calendar, I do it. If it's not on my calendar, I don't do it. It's easy for me to say yes and no to things because I look at the calendar. Somebody asks me to do something, I look at my calendar. I'm like, nope, sorry, I can't do it. The reason that's really important, Nick, is because when you do hire people, you want them to be like that, right? Like when I have somebody on my team, if I'm paying you for 8 hours of work, I expect you to work for 8 hours a day. I can't expect you to do that if I'm not following my own word. So it's easy for me to hold people accountable to their calendar because I hold myself accountable to my calendar and I'm able to coach them through it when they're not doing it properly. So before you get to a place where you hire people, I would recommend you becoming a master of your time, which basically means you need a process for how you operate your life, not your business. And then the process for how you operate your business can go into the process that you operate your life from, but you're trying to fix the wrong problem. Does that make sense?
So really just like kind of get the time structured and then start looking at the other things and then go from
What
there.
time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed? What time do you go to the gym? What time do you do your podcast? What time are you posting on social media? What time are your coaching calls? When is your check-in day? When are you filming content? When are you scripting? When are you ideating? When are you writing? When are you sending DMs? Like that all needs to be blocked off.
And you would say, do you have like a top
10
10 things that you like that you would suggest that's like time, like you have to? I know we have the 10 before 10 and we've done a lot of that. Is there anything that you specifically say?
The three things that grow your business: content, lead gen, delivery. So like those three things need to be blocked into your calendar every single day. And beyond that, there's obviously certain things that like different businesses are going to be working on different things. So beyond that, like I want to say one thing, and this is really important. Okay. Everybody write this in the chat. Think like an entrepreneur. Think like an entrepreneur. I don't know what to tell you to focus on in your business because your business is significantly different than mine. And your businesses is significantly different to Hacktans and Turners and Sammy's and Kettlebell King over here. So you got to think like an entrepreneur, right? So I'll give you the framework and then you got to fill the framework in with your specific language. It's the same thing with content. We'll give you the framework for creating viral content, but then you got to fill in the framework with your expert advice. So the framework is you need to create a schedule for your day, and you need to find a work that flows. My definition of a work that flows is work that feels good to do every day. And a perfect example of this is like, I noticed, Nick, that when I film content in the afternoon, I hate it. Versus when I film content in the morning, it's easy, I love it, and it's better. So when I'm designing my calendar, I know that I should probably put my content earlier in the day because I know I feel better doing it earlier in the morning. Does that make sense? So like, I can't tell you when to do your stuff or what to do your stuff because what's going to work for me is going to be a lot different than works for you. I'll tell you the foundations: content, lead gen, delivery. That's for business. For self-development, you better be doing a morning ritual every single day or something to get your mindset on track. Because I promise you at this level, it's easier to keep your mindset on track. When you're at $25,000 a month, you've got 3 people working for you and all 3 of them are fucking the dog. It's a lot harder to keep your mindset on track. So you as the leader need to make sure that you are dialed in so that you can always show up with the presence and the authority to lead your people properly. That's how you're going to scale. It's like you got everything locked in and you got your mindset locked in.
Cool. Because that would actually, now that makes sense. Because once I have that, it kind of goes into my next question of, I know that I noticed you've been doing a lot of that like mentoring stuff with like the kids, and you've been doing a lot of the mentoring stuff with forget what you called it, was a cool name. I forget exactly what it was, but I was listening to the podcast where you were mentoring those kids, and that's something that I'm passionate about, is like mentoring, because I mean, that's kind of like my struggle was with where I grew up was, it wasn't really necessarily the best. So I want to teach people that you can actually get yourself out from under that. I'm just curious, like, how did you get yourself started in that realm? Did you reach out to different places in your community, or like how do you do that outreach?
Were you born and raised in the city that you're living in right now?
Yeah.
Reach out to your old high school.
Well, they kicked me out and I don't like them.
Okay. Don't reach out to your old high school. Reach out to schools in your area.
What about like my college? Like, what if
yes,
like my like alumni or something like that, and like
reach out to people that you know that have access to some of the demographic that you like to serve. The first speaking engagement I ever got with the kids was my high school football coach that was coaching a football team in Kelowna. I reached out to him. He's like, yeah, come speak to the kids. So think about people you know and like make those connections.
I like that. Yeah, because that's one of the things that I really want to get into with collaboration going into this next year, is just now that I'm doing the podcast, we're making money, we're doing content, everything's growing, but I feel like there's still levels more that I want to attain, not only for myself, but for the brand, and just for like what I want to do to help like my mission. And
don't take your eye off the ball right now, though. Don't do that until you have established systems. Once you got 3 people working for you and your business is fucking running semi on autopilot, then you can do that because you have the time.
I mean, that's kind of like what I want to build. Like, that's like the vision I want to kind of have. Like, that's like what I want to build too. So I'm still like showing up on the day to day and not getting bored of it.
I agree. I just want to make sure you don't put the cart before the horse.
Okay. Yeah. Because like I still obviously have a lot more systems to build and to get to that point.
You're on the way up though. 3 back-to-back 10K months shows me that.
Okay. Yeah. And I just don't want to leave my hand off. Like, and just, I want to keep going. And I feel like, everything's great. And I'm just following your lead and just coming to these coaching calls and doing what I need to do. Just taking action. So I appreciate you.
Proud of you, bro. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Talk soon, Nicholas. Bye, Nick. Turner, really quick, ask your questions because I know you got a dip. Hit me.
Okay. So my question is just, I have a guy who filled out a coaching application at like noon today, and I sent him the message, like the follow-up Janelle gave me, just like, hey, I just have a few questions about your coaching application. And he hasn't responded. And that was at like, I don't know, 12, 11.
Has he seen it? Has he seen it?
It's delivered. It's not on like Red or anything. So I figured he might be at work.
He's at work.
Like, yeah, would you just wait till a little bit later tonight to follow up?
Yep. Do you have his Instagram handle?
Yeah.
Go comment on one of his Instagram photos and go follow him.
Okay.
That'll send a notification to his phone. And if he doesn't respond by the end of the night, I would send him a message on Instagram.
Okay. So follow and comment, and then if he doesn't respond, message on Instagram.
Correct.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool. See you later, King. I just wanted to make sure I got to you before you left.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, bro. Peace out. Kettlebell King, the Kettlebell King himself, Big Dog.
What's up, player?
How you doing?
Out here, living in abundance, grateful as shit. My win is this week is 365 days of me posting every single fucking day.
Hey!
Consistency. And also, I scheduled all my posts for this week, which I've been in a hamster wheel, kind of like making up posts as the days come, and it was, just wasting time. So I finally getting that, following the structure that I put myself the calendar in. So that's a big win for me too. And I finally started a new program like for my fitness. Like, I don't know, it's been like a year. I've been doing the same things, just putting myself in the back burner, made myself a new program, made myself a new meal plan, new goals for fitness. So I'm hyped about that as well. So my question is, pretty much tired of not having consistent calls. So I'm giving into the boosted posts. I'm going to start them on February and see how that goes. My question is, do you think it's a bad idea if I do a hard CTA boosted post? And should the link or the call to action be for a keyword, comment a keyword, or like fill out the application?
Comment keyword. It's not a bad idea at all.
Okay.
Not a bad idea. Guys, I think the reason we brought the boosted post to the 10K Mastermind is the number one struggle that I was getting on these 10K Mastermind calls. Number one struggle we were consistently seeing is inconsistent lead flow. And it's like, there's only 2 ways to get more leads. Number 1, your traffic fucking pops off organically on Instagram. Number 2, you pay for traffic. So I think every single person in this container should be spending $10 to $20 a day on boosted posts. Every single person. So yes, boosted post. And I don't think it's a bad idea to have a direct one. I think you should test it though. I think you should have one, do them funny, bro. You're a funny fucker. So like be funny in the videos. Do one that's like a giveaway, a freebie giveaway, and they do one of them that's a direct CTA.
Like a Five Guys type of post.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that on February. So I'm excited for that because it fucks with my flow. It fucks with my energy. Like when I have 3 calls in 1 week and I close all 3, and then the next week I don't have one, I'm like, fuck, I should get out of the state. So I'm doing it.
You got to solve the problem permanently. It's like, it's called slow game and long game. Write that down. Everybody write that down. Slow game and long game. The slow game is posting content. One of them hits, pops off. That's slow. That's like the slow game. The long game is I want to start adding 10 to 20 to 30 new followers every single day. Those followers might not convert right now, but over time, I know for a fact it's going to pay off. So you got to do slow game and long game.
Okay. Yeah.
So Maximus, I tried boosting a Five Guys reel before and it bounced because I was making weight loss claims. So what you need to do, if you're doing Five Guys posts, you can't say fat loss. You can't say specific amounts of body fat that they're going to lose. I'm looking for 5 men and women that want to tone up, get in the best shape of their life, and get results like this. And you could put, if you're going to put before and afters, you got to put cutouts. So if you go to remove.bg, remove the background of your photo and show a before on the right of your client and then an after on the left. Those can sneak by most often, but you can't say I'm looking for 5 men that want to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days because you can't make weight loss claims in your content. So you got to use words like tone up, get in shape, feel more confident, blah, blah, blah.
All right. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, man. Thank you.
Hope you have the best day of your entire life, Kettlebell King.
Likewise.
Peace. Sammy, what's up, Sammy?
Hello. I don't actually have a question this week. I just want to jump on because during this call, I cracked 15K.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, so that was all. And I still have like some more reoccurring to do. So I actually should get like well above 15. Like
Look
I'm
at
not sure.
you.
I don't think I'll hit 16, but I'm like, I'll be well within the 15. So I'm like,
Look at you. That's dope.
fuck yeah, I'm so stoked. So last month I did 13.8 and that was a record month. So now I'm at a new record month. And yeah, so I just want to jump on and celebrate that win because that's sick. That was a goal for this quarter and I hit it straight away. Now I just got to rinse and repeat and keep that up so we can jump into the $1 Million Mastermind.
I love that.
I just want to say thank you.
I'm so fucking happy for you. Everybody give some love to Sammy in the chat box.
So yeah.
Yay!
And like that's pretty much it. Everything's just going so good at the moment. Like, and now it's just like I feel like I'm such in a groove and a flow that it's just like just being consistent with it. And I don't know, I don't feel as like maybe this could be actually a thing that's helped it is I'm not like super stressed about like constantly getting more people, constantly getting more things, but I guess I'm at a quite comfortable level now where I'm just like if I don't feel good in a DM, I'm not going to be like, oh, I need to get the sale. Like I feel very like I'm in my flow. I'm not like stressed about like busting it out for sale, if you know what I mean. Like I just feel like I'm in flow.
How has having like a calendar and a structure for your day helped?
Game changer. Honestly, like just took that stress off my brain to be like, oh, what am I meant to be doing right now? I can't remember. Like, so yeah, I think having a calendar. Thanks, Brian.
The reason I asked is because I just wanted, like, Nick, you got to follow that advice. Because I remember giving that advice to you 3 or 4 months ago. Like, I was like, you just need to get organized with your time. And now you're organized with your time. You're making more money and it's a lot less stressful. So all
yeah, it's enjoyable. And like, I'm getting a lot better at just being like, you know, pretty much like 6 p.m. I'm like done, not going to do any more work pretty much like every day, if not earlier. And I might check my phone, but like not really. Like I'm actually switching off. I'm actually like stepping away a little bit to actually not just be working 24/7. So even that alone has been a big game changer. So yeah,
love that for you so much.
Thanks, Brian and DeFim. So yeah, that's 1 month down. What is it? I got to do at least two more 15K months, and then I can think about coming up to the big dogs.
Whenever you're ready, you send me a message. I'll take care of you.
Sounds amazing. Okay. Thanks. That's all. I just wanted to celebrate.
Have the best day of your entire life. Thanks for your positive energy.
I will. Thank you.
Bye. Hack 10. What's up, brother?
Hello. Everything is going good. So the wins is, do you know Mike Israel? Have you ever heard of him?
Yep.
Yeah. We did a collab reel in the last 7 days with Mike Israel. That was a big win for us. He's
Huge.
we look up to Mike Israel.
Yeah.
And the second win is I'm not doing any DMs or anything, but I sold to people in total $500 MRR just from bio. So that was a interesting win for me.
Love that.
So my question is a little bit outside of the business, but it's still connected to the business. How do you find friends that is not just trying to take from you and learn from you, but actually on your level, and you can get a mutual exchange and good time? How do you find these people?
Getting bigger rooms. So that's the hard part about growing when like you're in growing season. Like I think that there's three types of people, there's people that are a little bit, we're just talking about levels of success here. I'm not saying that people are higher or lower on the status scale of life, but there's people that are like at a lower level of success than you and you're like helping them up. Then there's people that are on the same level as you and you're getting inspired by each other. Then there's people that you look up to and people that you're getting inspiration from. So I think you need all three in your life. So if you have one of those elements already, you've got people that look up to you, that's awesome. So finding people that are on your level, like you guys are at a high level. You got a lot of fucking Instagram followers, shit's popping off. You need to get around other people that have a lot of Instagram followers, shit's popping off. And it's going to be harder to do that in a city. Like, where do you guys live?
Manchester.
Manchester.
UK.
Okay. Do you know of any influencers in Manchester, UK?
We know people, but they're all influencers, like not coaches.
Yeah. So then you might have to travel. Right? Travel, or like the solution online is like build relationships with other people in the container. Like Nero MMA, a homie from Sweden, he's got 275,000 followers on Instagram, and you know what I mean? So there's like a mutual beneficial relationship here. There's people in this container that are making $25,000 to $35,000 a month. So build relationships with those people. And also, like, as soon as you possibly can, get into the $1 Million Mastermind, because every single person in that container, Trent Harrison, 1.1 million followers, $150,000 a month. There's a lot of people in that coaching program that are doing some fucking absolutely insane numbers that would blow your mind, and you get to network and connect with those people. So got to get in bigger rooms.
Yeah, got it. It's just sometimes everything is online.
I get
want
it.
Some like real people.
I get it. And so then that's where it's like travel to events, right? For me, it's like I have the same problem, bro. I do. And so that's why, like, whenever my mentor hosts an event, like he just did like a private jet mastermind where I paid like 15 grand to hang out with him for 2 days on a jet. I did that because there's 4 other entrepreneurs and we literally just talked business for like 3 days straight. So like anytime you can get to an event where there's going to be people that are your people, you guys should all be doing that. And it's not just for the information that you're going to learn from the event, because yes, you're going to learn something from the event, but it's also to like build connections and relationships with other people that are doing the same thing you want to do. And like they're like, for us, that our next event is like September because we sold out the mansion. So like you guys should definitely travel from Manchester to come see the event. It'll change your life 100%. But not just that, like I would also look up events in your area, bro. Like see if there's any entrepreneur events that are happening within, an hour flight of where you guys are at in the next 2 to 3 months, and then fly out there and just go meet other entrepreneurs. Put yourself in the room.
Yeah. We have London. Probably there are a lot of things happening.
100%. Yeah, right next to London. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Cheers. That was the question.
You're in what's called the lonely chapter, and the lonely chapter only needs to last for a few months. But the lonely chapter is where you're building, because the lonely chapter is where you're not quite at the level of success that you want to get to, but you're also not the person that you used to be. And so because you're not the person you used to be, you don't really resonate with the people that you used to hang out with, because the things that you used to do are no longer the things you used to do. So you guys just don't have that same connection. You're also not at the level that you want to be yet. And so the people that you look up to, you don't view yourself on that same level as them. So it's hard to like build an intimate relationship with them because you're not quite there yet. You're in what's called the lonely chapter. So the lonely chapter is where you just build, bro. Like you're just focusing on building. And you're going to find some people that like resonate with you and you resonate with them, and you guys can learn from each other. And if you're ever on one of these coaching calls where like somebody says something that you really resonate with, that you really connect with, like y'all reach out to them, because that's where some of the best relationships come from. There's a girl in the Millionaire Mastermind, Mariah Fontana, that met one of her best friends in the Millionaire Mastermind. She like literally flew to her wedding. She was like the best. She was like one of the bridesmaids at her wedding, at Hallie's wedding. A lot of those relationships comes from containers like this. So like if you hear somebody on this call say something that you resonate with, reach out. This is for all of you. Reach out and be like, yo, heard you on fucking Podchats. Loved what you had to say about XYZ. We should get on a Zoom call sometime.
Cool.
We'll
do that.
Is that helpful?
That was helpful. Cheers. Thank you.
Amen. I hope you have the best day of your entire life. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
You too.
Peace out. Tell Naja I say hi. Marilyn Molina. You got to turn on your camera though.
I do have it on.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
How are you?
Best day of my entire life. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Some wins. I've gotten 9 new clients this month, and I'm 10,000 recurring this month, which is I'm excited. And the goal is to be at 15,000 recurring by May.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of things going on. So first of all, I want to tell you, I'm pregnant with my 3rd child, and I am due in August. So super excited, but I know there's gonna be a lot of things. I mean, I'm already so busy being a mom. And so is there any, I'm obviously your guy, but like just like for content purposes, what I've been doing a lot is just like documenting my journey, because I'm still very like working out 4 times a week, you know, doing my meal preps, all these good stuff. And just like my goal is really to show my clients and really my community that like it can be done, and really being that leader for them through this season of my life. Because I always preach like show up in every season. And so I've been doing a lot of that through my content. Is there any that you think that you would recommend for this season that I'm in right now?
I would do a piece of content so what I would do is, this is the one video that I think would fucking explode. Every single day, take a picture of like a side picture of you, or like a front photo of you, like during your pregnancy. And I want you to do, at the end of your pregnancy, I want you to do a video that's a transformation video that shows day 1 all the way up until the last day of you having your baby. And then the last shot of the video, it's like a 15-second video. The last shot of the video is you holding your baby. I think that video goes turbo, where you're literally just documenting every single day of like your pregnancy, taking a photo every single day of like what you look like, same background, same photo, blah, blah, blah. And then the last clip, you're holding the baby. I think that video goes millions. I think it's such a good idea. So that would be the one thing that I would do. But like, I think you've got everything right. Like, you're in the right mindset. And like, I think day in the life of an online fitness coach that's 3 months pregnant and going to the gym to work on my legs. I think that type of content smacks.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. Okay, perfect. And then, I mean, when you said like carrying the baby right here, after that, I know I'm going to have to go through that weight loss journey again, because we always like gain weight after a pregnancy. And so it would be also continuing that pattern, right? Like postpartum, week 1, week 2,
100%.
until I get to that goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Now, my other question is about renewals. I had one yesterday, and this is somebody that was, she had a trouble financially. And I was like, you know what? She's a great client. And I told her, hey, like, it's fine. Like, I'll give you a free month because you've been showing up consistently. You're a great client. I want to work with you. So I was like, I'll give you a free month. And she was super grateful. And so I knew like the finances thing was like a struggle for her. So when I got on that call, in my mind, I was like, I don't think she's going to say yeah, because, you know, what happened in the past. And then also because she had a goal of losing 15 pounds and like gaining muscle. And she did that in those 16 weeks. She was able to accomplish that. So when I pitched the renewal, she was like, oh, I'm fine. But she's like, but I can do a testimonial video for you. Like, you know, I'm so grateful for what you've done for me. And so I feel like I'm not as strong in my renewal phone calls as I am in my sales calls. And I don't know if maybe because I haven't done them that much, because I just started implementing this like 4 months ago.
Are you using the renewal script?
I am.
Yep.
I am. But with somebody like her, that she already got to her goal.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like there's always another level to go to, right? But
so
in her mind, that was like her goal.
I got you. So there's 2 types of sales. All right. And you guys need to remember this, because this is important, especially when you're selling clients that already have the result that they want. When you're selling clients that already have the result that they want, you cannot sell them based on pain, because they're not in pain. Selling based on pain is what you sell 90% of the time, right? Yep. 90% of the time, it's, you know, pain point is right here, goal is right here, want to get to the next level. For all of you guys that are trying to sell athletes or people that are already in shape and want to get to the next level, you can't sell it based on pain. You have to sell based on potential. And so what that means is like, you need to help her identify what her potential looks like. So like on the call, you're like, I really do think that you have the potential to keep this weight off for the rest of your life and never gain the weight back and be able to eat some of the foods that you love. And I know that during this coaching program, we lost the weight and you gained a little bit of muscle, which is great. I really think that for the next 16 weeks, we should really focus on building your metabolism so that after the next 16 weeks, when we're done the coaching program, you don't really have to worry about quote unquote what you're eating, because your metabolism is going to be so fast. You're going to be able to eat some of the foods that you want and also look the way that you look for the rest of your life. How does that sound?
Hey, yeah, that was such a different approach. And I just didn't know how to like say that. But
Yeah,
in my
so,
mind,
like,
I was like, I know I want to say something like this, but I just didn't know how to frame it.
yeah. So like I'll give you an example. Like I get a lot of people that reach out to me in my audience that are like, hey, I'm doing $50,000 a month. I want to get to $100,000 a month. How can you help? And when I'm like, cool, what are you struggling with? They're like, I'm not struggling. My business is crushing. I'm doing amazing. You know, things are working. I just want to know how I can do it better. Like, I'm not going to spend time in that DM conversation being like, cool, well, like, what do you think is your bottleneck? I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. So like, we're going to get to 100,000. That makes complete sense. Like, tell me a little bit about what you're currently doing right now, and I'll give you exactly what I think we need to do in order to hit 100K. So like, I'm helping him paint the vision for like what that looks like instead of focusing on the pain. Now, that's only going to be with 10% of your people, because like most of the people that you are, even that you're going to re-sign, are going to have a future goal that they're looking towards, or they're going to have not accomplished their goal because, you know, of their own behavior in the program. So if they haven't accomplished their goal because of their own behavior in the program, but they've seen a little bit of progress, the re-sign's easy, because you're like, this time, let's stay super consistent and let's make sure that we get the result, right? But in the small percentage of people that actually do get the result, it's selling them based on what they could be, their potential, helping them paint a future vision.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I took notes on that, and I'll add that to the phone script as well. Okay, last question for you. So I'm having clients refer like their husbands, or they're like, one of my past clients was her brother. And I don't really want to work with men, just because I feel like the women that I work with are very like, they don't feel comfortable, like, you know, like showing their pictures or talking about like, I don't know. I feel like they feel comfortable in being around a woman, right? And so my community also has gotten so much better since the feedback you gave me. And so I don't want to stop that. And so what I did was, my husband, his in-person trainer, he's super busy doing that right now. But I mean, we've been talking, he's seen me grow and all that stuff. And so I told him, hey, would you be open on like getting an online client? And he said, yeah. So I basically booked the call, and I was okay. I put it on 3-way. I was like, just stay on the call. I'll lead the call and just talk whenever I tell you to talk. So he basically explained the workout program, and I did the sales pitch and everything, and we signed him on. But I was like, okay, well, I'll do the nutrition part of it, and my husband's going to be your coach. And so we did that. We signed on that client. So then I got this idea, and I was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day is coming up. We should do a couples challenge, like a 14-day couples challenge. So we launched it. It's full now. And it's my first time like doing this. And I'm a little nervous because I mean, I've never worked with men. Obviously he has, but I haven't worked with my husband like that either. So I guess like, I mean, we're excited, but also at the same time, I'm like, I've never done this before. But what are your thoughts? Any recommendation or anything like that on this challenge that I'm doing?
First things first, I want to give you credit for being an entrepreneur. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, you guys. That's an entrepreneur. You guys hear that? She's like, well, I've never done this before. So I just decided randomly that I was going to throw this 14-day challenge because I thought it was a good idea. And now it's completely full. And I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous, but I did it. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. That's entrepreneurship right there. So good fucking job.
Oh, thanks.
So in order to make this the most successful, Marilyn, you just need to clearly define what your responsibility is during the challenge and what his responsibility is in the challenge. You stay accountable to your responsibility. He stays accountable to his responsibility. Okay. And also, you're a little bit more experienced online. So you might have to check in with the work that he's doing to give him a little bit of confidence with some of the stuff he's doing, because he doesn't understand on the online training game like you do.
Yeah.
And so clearly define what your responsibility is, what his responsibility is. Sit down, plan out the challenge, be like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. Be like, also, I know that like I'm the one that usually does most of the online stuff. So I just want you to know any questions that you have, I will be here to support you. Like, I want to help you out. I know that this is new for you. So like, ask me anything, literally ask me anything, and I'm going to help you out. So just clearly define roles and responsibilities before going into it. And you guys are going to be fine. Where it will get confusing and where it will mess up is when you guys you don't communicate what you need from him. And so, and then he doesn't do what you need, but you haven't told him what the best way to do it is. So then you're like angry at him for something that he doesn't know how to not do. You know what I mean? Whereas like, but if before the challenge, like, okay, I've done these before. This is basically how it's going to run. This is when the live streams are going to be. This is what the posts are going to be. There's going to be men and women in the group. So this is what I think we should do, is I think we should do this, this, and this. How do you feel about that? Do you have any additions that you might want to add? Okay, cool. So like, here's what I'm going to do in the challenge. Here's what I need you to do in the challenge. You have any questions for me? Okay, perfect. This is what I'm doing. This is what you're doing. Let's have the best challenge ever.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, because we are going to combine the Facebook group to be like husband and wife or what the partners there. And then for the sales calls though, what do you think about that? Because I feel like it went really well when I feel pretty comfortable now getting on sales calls and I have a good closing rate. So do you think I should get on the phone call with the man? But then a lot of them are like spouses. So should we get on the call together? Like, because a lot of them said that they want to call. So we have like 10 calls booked for the following week.
Does your husband want to do sales calls or no?
He doesn't feel comfortable, but he he says he wants to learn. So like, for example, when we did that one with that one guy that we closed, he did well. Like he knows all the training words and all that. And so, but it's like, he just doesn't know the structure. Right. And so that's where I kind of.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would do the same thing that you did for all your calls. And then I would say, if you want to learn, I'll teach you. So we'll do a very similar structure for like how we did the first calls. And then if you want to learn, I want you to practice on one of them. And you can practice on me before you practice on one of them, but do a similar structure and then get him to practice on one of them. Because then if he closes the client that he gets on the call with and you're still there to support him, but then he closes them, boom, you just open up another lead source for your business.
Yeah.
Now you can start booking sales calls with him, because when you're 7, 8, 9 months pregnant, you're probably not going to be wanting to get on sales calls all the time. And the good news is if he knows how to close and like the family's making money when we close, if you're 9 months pregnant and he does really good and he gets good, maybe during the 2 weeks that you're like fucking fully incapacitated because you're having a baby, he could take your sales calls for your girls and they'd probably still get on with him because he's your husband. So it's not like he's some fucking random Joe Blow. It's like, so I'm currently in the hospital with my baby, but my husband's going to jump on a call with you tomorrow. He's really excited, blah, blah, blah.
So do you think I should book them together if they're husband and wife and they're both interested?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you have the best day of your entire life.
Yeah, you too. Okay, bye.
Yeah, Hack10 said, I do Naj's calls, no problem. Women still buy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about how you introduce them.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Cameron Smith, Mr. $10,000. What's up, brother? Congratulations.
Thanks, my man. How you going?
Best day of my fucking life. How you doing? Congratulations on your first $10,000 month. I'm really fucking happy for you. That's awesome.
Thanks, bro. You got a fresh cut, man? You're looking pretty sharp.
I just did my hair and decided not to be homeless this filming day.
Fuck. Yeah, hit the brief. Brother, I got 2 questions for you. So I'm pretty comfortable and stoked now that all I need to do is dial in on content, focus in on that. And so I was talking to a friend of mine who's like works in agency over here, and then I had a chat to Janelle about it. Have you heard about people that help you with your content end to end, from script writing to filming to editing, like the whole process? And my friend was telling me that's a thing. Janelle's like, yeah, I've got a couple. That's a thing, is it?
Yep.
Have you had any experiences with people that do that? They charge you like a day rate or something, and you fucking just punch it out.
Yeah, that's what I did with Devin, bro. So like Devin Jocko was my first content coach. We would meet, we'd brainstorm, and then it was like a very high ticket service, but we'd meet, we'd brainstorm, we'd come up with the content ideas. I would start the scripting. He would finish the scripts. I would record, he would edit, and then he would post, or I would post, sorry. But yeah, I have had a full end-to-end service. It can be a little bit higher ticket. Have you been quoted a price yet?
No, not yet. Basically, I've just been talking to a couple of people about how to go about it. And my understanding is, they'll look at your content that you're currently doing, how you speak. I'd give them some creators and stuff that in my niche to say, look, this is the same sort of people that I'm targeting, and this is the sort of messaging I want to do. They'll come up with some stuff, and if I don't sort of agree with the scripts, I'll change it on the fly. But just to help fucking get all the video done and whatever, and a dedicated day a week, punch that out, and then they might come up with 3 videos a week. And then what my plan was is, I'm not just going to leave it totally to them. I'm then going to do my stuff as well, so I can increase that up to maybe 6 reels a week or something like that, and we can just have more swings at that to see what works and if anything hits.
Yeah. So my advice would be like, get a price point for it.
Yeah.
You want to figure out how much it costs, because you're making $10K a month. I personally would not spend more than 20% of my income on that. So if it's more than $2,000 a month, like I would be negotiating. And I'd be trying to
that's about what I was looking at. And I've still obviously got the face-to-face income going on. So I was like, cool, if I can dedicate, $500 to help me there. And as I said, even just to help with creatively seeing how a professional actually designs shit, because I'm really bad at that. Like
Yeah.
the knowledge is in my head, but in terms of making stuff look good. But I think if I work with someone, I can then with my reels that I'm making as well, I can sort of go, okay, I'll try to keep it more in line with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's definitely worth it. The one
Okay.
cautionary tale that I will say is if they're an agency, ask to see some of the clients that they've worked with in the past.
Yeah, it won't be agency. It'll be individuals. And what my friend who works at an agency, who's like, go get some of these young kids are just fucking brilliant now. You know, like they spend all their day on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. And so if you give them direction, they're actually really good at, you know, creating stuff like they understand what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so that does exist. Mate, and the second question, just off the back of what Sammy and stuff was talking about calendars, is there an actual module, mate, for creating your own content calendar and a module for, because I'm sort of needing to rewrite my actual daily calendar now because I've gotten rid of some face-to-face clients. I've got to sort of, you know, allocate that time for an online coach now more than, you know, a face-to-face coach. Have you got specific modules or is that just, you know, fuck around and find out?
I'm just seeing if I have the specific module.
I think there was one in Content Mastery. I'm on my second way through it now, but I don't think there was a particular module on, right, this is what you should be doing, you know, 3 reels a week or 5 reels a week and then call to actions on these days and, you know, shit like that. I don't think there was a specific one unless I'm missing it.
Yeah. So 2 things. So number 1 is I'll show you where to find what we're looking for. So first thing I want you to watch is if you go into the modules, I want you to watch Mastering Your Time. So master your time right here. This is going to give you a framework for how to start thinking about your time management. If I go into the
what course is that in, bro?
This is in 10K Mastermind Mindset.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I've just been doing the Content Mastery. Okay, copy.
So 10K Mastermind Mindset. If I go into Content Mastery, view lessons, page 2, I think it's on page 2. That's probably why you haven't seen it.
Content Mastery?
Yeah, it's on page 2. There's 2 pages. If you guys didn't know that with Content Mastery, there's 2 pages. Fun fact.
And what's the exact one that you said?
The exact one, ideal schedule to make money and grow on social media.
Fuck, sorry.
Yeah.
I should have seen that.
That's like, you're good, bro. And then call to actions for your coaching program. Bam, bam. So if you guys haven't seen page 2 of Content Mastery, congratulations. There's page 2. So there you go. And then there's another one that we did, bro, that I think would be useful for you. We now have a new section in the portal called Live Call Replays.
Saw that.
Cole recently did check-in content audits, check-in, post, check-in call, calendar. Cole did a training on how to use Google Calendar in the mastermind, right? Am I baked or did he do that training for you guys? Kettlebell coach, did he? Yes or no? He did. Okay. I'm going to look up Google Calendar. I also would watch this one, bro. Calendar. I'm just going to find it first.
And that's in the live call replays, is it? That I'm looking at?
Yeah. I'm just looking for, the specific. I didn't see it in the live call replays. So I'm going to find. Cole did it though. So if I can't find it here, I'll just ask him where it is. Okay. I'll ask him where it is. Janelle. I'll find it for you. But yeah, I would say master your time in the mindset section, and then I'd go into the content schedule and content mastery.
Cool. And then last one, dude, I've got my guys in my WhatsApp community and they're all supporting each other, which is sick. But the only thing I've sort of encouraged them to do is like a post-session photo, right? That just creates a little bit of engagement. Have you had any other things that you recommend for men specifically that just sort of gets them to, you know, talk a bit?
Men specifically?
Yeah, because I only train men.
Yep. So what are you currently doing right now? Sorry?
So they just do a post-gym selfie and then I'll post their weekly results, like their photos. So that initiates a bit of chat, like, oh, great job, bro, blah, 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 blah. Every now and then they'll talk about, you know, what they're eating and whatever. But I'm just trying to initiate a little bit more conversation as well.
Do like challenges. So like push-up challenges. So we're going to do a $100 gift card for the person that can do the most push-ups on video. So you have to prove that you're doing the push-ups on video. Anybody that does push-ups on video sends it to the chats, automatically entered to win the challenge. You could do push-up challenge. You could do plank challenge. Whoever can hold the longest plank on video is going to win $100 cash. That could be a weekly challenge. So I think more like men, masculine fitness challenges, 10,000 steps challenge. Anybody that does 10,000 steps every single day, posts a screenshot of their step tracker in the fucking chat, automatically is entered to win. So challenges, I think that like men, masculine challenge, something that's going to hold them accountable to XYZ thing. 20-minute cardio challenge. Everybody does 20 minutes of cardio after every single workout. We just want to stay accountable to being lean for the summer. So once you're done your workout, just go to the treadmill, do 20 minutes of cardio, post a sweaty selfie once you're done, or post a picture of 20 minutes once you're done. Anybody that does it is automatically entered to win XYZ challenge.
Yeah, that's sick. The photo of the treadmill. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Congratulations on
great week.
$10,000 a month, bro. I'm super proud of you.
Thanks, my man.
I love it. Let's fucking go. We're winning up in this program. It's a fucking vibe in this program. Let's go. Harlan, not last and not least.
Hello.
Usually I wouldn't let hands be raised after 30 minutes, but I've never talked to you on Podchats before, so I was going to make an exception. How you doing, brother?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm good, man. How are you?
Best day of my life.
All right. Well, I either need some reassurance or I need you to rip me a new one because I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing or if there's something I can improve on. And this is specifically to do with content because that was the thing I was told to work on the most.
Yep.
And I'll just, if you quickly have a run through my Instagram and just see if there's anything I can seriously just improve on.
2 questions. 1, have you done content mastery?
I've been through a lot of it. I haven't finished it yet. I've been trying to implement like around both the avatar and then like my personal story. I've been trying to implement a lot of that into my content and just really trying to make it like me and not just regurgitated other people's stuff. Okay. And so that's what I've been working on, those things, rather than not just overly, just not trying to run through all of it and then not remembering any of it. Because in one of the videos you said, make sure you spend time on these things. Yeah. And so I was spending time on those things to try and.
Question. What's the most frustrating thing for you right now?
For me, leads.
Bro. Okay. Now I'm going to fucking, I want to rip you a new, I want to rip you a new one and also fucking give you credit at the same time. You have 441 fucking followers and your videos are getting 100,000 views, 4,000 views, 2,000 views, 700 views. Every single one of your videos has more views than you have followers. You realize that, right? All of them, 100% of them.
Yep.
You get that, right?
Yes.
I'll show you an example. Okay. I have 329,000, 3,000 views, 9,000 views, 20,000 views, 25,000 views, 12,500 views. Get it?
Yep.
Your engagement's fucking disgusting. The reason that you don't have the leads that you want right now is because of this. You're still a fucking baby.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
Okay.
Get this number to 500 and then let's fucking talk about your content. Because I promise you get this number to 500, you're going to come to this coaching call. You're going to be like, well, I'm at 50,000 followers now and I can't keep up with all the fucking leads. So can you help me like manage my inbox? I promise. I'm not joking.
Okay.
Every single one of your fucking pieces of content, bro, all of them have more views than you have followers. That is a very fucking good sign, brother. Very, very, very good sign. So again, I think if you do content mastery, then you do it again, then you do it again. Bro, this is 153,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got it. You got it. And I know that right now you're like, fuck, like leads are a struggle, but like look at the content down here versus the content up here.
I know it's improving.
You're not boosting any of these, are you?
One at the top, it's one of the pin posts. It's the Lost Paradise Summer Shred Pop. I boosted it like yesterday or the day before. Like it's only been running for 2 days.
What was it at before you boosted it?
It was already at like 100K.
Yes, dude. You're fucking killing it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're killing it. You need to post more. So like
well, that's literally what I've been working on.
Yeah. So like how many times a day are you posting right now?
Was doing like literally started this year, like pretty much when I joined this program, I was maybe doing like 3 times a week. Whereas now this last 3 weeks, I haven't missed a day and maybe 2 to 3 out of the 7 days of the week, I've been posting twice, but this week I should be twice a day.
Twice a day, every day, 7 days a week for the next 60 days. I guarantee you come to this coaching call, you're going to be like, holy fuck, you were right.
Okay, sweet, done.
Yeah. When I look at your content, King, and I see that every single one of your videos has more views than you have followers, that tells me that you're putting out some good fucking content. So double down.
Okay. Yep. Sweet. Done. I'll get on it. Thank you very much.
Much love and congratulations. You're doing a fucking good job, bro. And I know it's like, you might have to hunt for leads right now, but you're not going to have to hunt for leads in 60 days. It's going to be a completely different conversation. And I'm going to see you on Podchats and you're going to be like, thank you. I promise.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. Needed that.
Finish content mastery and then do it again and then do it again. And I promise you, it's going to be a different conversation in 60 days. I guarantee it.
Done. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, bro.
Thanks for coming up, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all. That's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for coming to my coaching call. I hope you guys all got some value. Juan Diaz, I see you. Justin, Harlan, Hacktan, Sammy, Cameron Smith, Nerman, Kettlebell King, Ronnie, Nick, Ragnar, Jackie, Jenna Willis, celebrity fitness trainer, super famous, no big deal. Ragnar, Katya, love y'all. Hope you guys all have the best day of your entire life, and I'll talk to you guys on next Podchats. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.